And so in honor of that, we're gonna be doing a full day of eating like Chris Bumstead. While you're on prep though, I can imagine this tasting absolutely fantastic. I have 1,000 more calories than Chris Bumstead does when I cut versus when he cuts. Even being on prep, I have never wanted to cheat on a diet more than today. Greg Doucette's right. He is not from this earth. He is from Krypton. Alrighty, let's do this. What is going on, guys? It is Joe, and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Okay, as you can guess by the title, yes, today is gonna be a full day of eating, but none other are we eating like your mom's favorite bodybuilder, and that is Chris Bumstead, two-time Mr. Olympia. He's a week out from the Mr. Olympia, which will be this upcoming Saturday. And so in honor of that, we're gonna be doing a full day of eating like Chris Bumstead. This is gonna be very interesting to do. I have done full day of eating like Will Tennyson. I've eaten a full day of eating from Greg Doucette's cookbook. I have yet to do a full day of eating like a Mr. Olympia. So what does a Mr. Olympia eat an entire day? What does it consist of? Well, about to find out today. So for meal number one, what he has is 375 grams of egg whites as well as one whole egg right here. Again, this is about his 1.5 week out diet. I'll link the video that I'm referencing all these meals from in the description down below. If you don't already follow or watch Chris Bumstead's content, make sure you give him a follow. And then Chris also tops off this meal with some no sugar added ketchup. Just puts a little on top there. Nothing too crazy. Total calories of this entire meal are 281 calories. Overall macros is 48 grams of protein, 0 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of fat. I mean, this right here reminds me of my freaking peak week diet that I ate. Nothing but just protein and fats and just a whole lot of bland, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, it has actually been a while since I've eaten the no sugar added ketchup, and I forget how good it actually is, to be honest with you. It's actually really tasty. Sauces and condiments that are low calorie, especially while you're dieting, is the saving grace that you need to get through any prep, any diet. Do not underestimate the power of some low calorie sauces. To be honest with you, I don't know if he put salt or pepper on the eggs. I didn't see that in the video, unless I missed it. So I just didn't put any, any salt or pepper on this at all. But the no sugar added ketchup does add enough razzle dazzle to it to make it taste decent. You know, when I think back to my prep and I think about what I was eating, 1.5 weeks out from my show, I was definitely still having my French toast. That's for sure. So I could not imagine going through prep and having to eat this, every day, or at least, a week and a half out from the show. I couldn't do this. I will say though, when you are dieting and you are as lean as Chris Bumstead and you're in those final stages of your prep, this right now probably to him doesn't taste bad at all. I think he just wishes he had more of it. All right, last bite of meal number one going down the hatch. And there you guys have it there, folks. Meal number one of the Mr. Olympia diet is finished. I'm gonna basically chill out for a little bit. I understand that Chris works out after meal number two. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna make and eat meal number two and then go work out. That being said, I will see you guys in the next meal of the day. Alrighty, here with the next meal of the entire day. Meal number two. Quite the combination we have going on right now. We have in this bowl here 90 grams of ground turkey 99.1, as well as 1 scoop of protein with 40 grams of oats in this bowl right here, as well as some shredded lettuce, because as C-Bum says, shredded lettuce to get shredded, which is not a bad little saying whatsoever. Very low calorie dense food item he chooses to roll with, and it's just a couple handfuls, nothing crazy really. As well as I know he's a fan of his yellow mustard, so we top that off in there. Very interesting combination that he has going on right here with the oats and the ground turkey combination. Okay, now moving on to these protein oats. I bet you that something like this, being a week and a half out from his show, this probably tastes like dessert for him. Because protein powder and oats doesn't taste half bad while I'm not on prep. While you're on prep though, I can imagine this tasting absolutely fantastic. For 40 grams of oats, it's just so sad. It's just such a little amount of oatmeal, you know? Yeah, at least he's having some, you know, pre-workout. I couldn't imagine trying to train a week and a half out from the show on, you know, no carbs, which would suck. Oatmeal is done. Total calories of that meal is 362 calories. Overall calories for the entire day is 643 calories. Macros, 101 grams of protein, 26 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fiber, and then 10 grams of fat. I mean, this is what it takes to be an Olympian right here. Ridiculous. So I'm gonna clean this up and I will see you guys at the gym. Alrighty, on our way to the gym right now, sipping on some pre-workout. I'm a little nervous for this leg day considering that we've had such, you know, little food to consume. Now the difference though, between obviously Chris Bumstead right now, 1.5 weeks out, and to me right now is that I have a lot more, you know, body fat than Chris does right now. So for him to train on this little of food, I mean, just probably getting to the gym or driving is a chore, you know, and let alone to just go and work out and to train to failure and, you know, beyond failure the way that Chris Bumstead does train. So if I feel even just slightly fatigued so far of this Chris Bumstead diet, imagine what he feels like with all the cardio that he's doing, with the little food that he's eating on a daily basis, just to get ready for the Olympia. So this just shows the difference in what it takes, you know, to compete at that high of a level right now. So today I'm going to be doing a very, you know, bodybuilding-esque type of workout. Chris Bumstead and I train very similar as far as like, you know, volume, rep scheme, all that stuff. So it's nothing that I'm like obviously not used to. It's not like a, you know, a CrossFit workout or anything like that. It's just a very bodybuilding-esque type of workout. Training to failure, beyond failure, and just, you know, just training hard. It's just all out. I mean, you have to imagine you're 1.5 weeks out from the Olympia. You want to be just giving it all in every session that you do. So yeah. But yeah, I'm not going to do much talking. I'm just going to film my sets and I'll talk about the workout after the workout. So see you all after the workout.
All right, now I'm going to tell you about my workout today. Let me tell you about my workout today. I can do this. Today I'm going to lift weights, pick them up, put them down. And then when I get tired, I'm going to still do it and pick it up and put it down. And after that, I pretty much will conclude my workout. And we'll look at the results after and we'll see if Joe's workout worked better for him or if mine worked better for me by just the eye tests. And that's it.
Alrighty, we are here with meal number 3. What we have in this bowl right here is 200 grams of a white fish. So I went with tilapia. We also have 100 grams of white rice, shredded lettuce, and then some zucchini. Gonna go ahead and sauce this up with some mustard. I know that one reason why Chris Bumstead loves mustard is because it's so easy to digest. And I know like right around 1 to 2 weeks out mark, he tends to start cutting out artificial sweeteners, so he's able to digest things a little bit more efficiently. For some people, you know, artificial sweeteners do affect, you know, their stomach, so I can see why he does that. I haven't had tilapia like this in a good while. Gonna go ahead and give a little bit of a taste test here. I mean, it is what it is. It's just a white fish. Nothing, you know, crazy or spectacular. Total calories of this meal is 370 calories. 1,013 calories for the entire day so far. 144 grams of protein, 64 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fiber, and then 15 grams of fat. Let me tell you, this is not fun at all. During my workout as well, I did feel like kind of fatigued. Like, I thought I'd be a lot, you know, stronger than I was during that workout, and I just felt weak. I didn't feel like I had, you know, a whole lot of energy, you know, really going into the workout at all. Just to give you some sort of reference, when I was on prep for my show, I mean, I was eating, I think on average at the entire prep, like 2,600 calories, which is funny because I started at like 2,500 calories on my diet, and I actually increased up to as high as 28 because I was still, you know, getting leaner and losing weight. 2,800 calories. And I understand why Chris has to go so low in calories sometimes is because he has to make a weight class. So for him, he has to eat 1,500 calories. Like, that's what he has to do to make his weight class. He can't compete if he's overweight. But for men's physique, that's not an issue. I'll tell you what, though, when it comes to like a white fish, I'm really not that big of a fan, to be honest. I'll tell you what, too. Leading up to this meal, I was getting very, very hungry. All right, last bite of meal number 3 going down. I will say this, I could not do this diet on prep. I just couldn't do it. Like, for me, he throws a couple of handfuls of shredded lettuce. That helps add some volume to the meal. Dude, I would be having a bag of shredded lettuce per meal. So far, this just goes to show the level of willpower that a Mr. Olympia bodybuilder has. I mean, like, to eat like this is not easy. I couldn't even eat like this on my prep. Put it this way, I think I'm gonna be having around 1,600, 1,500 calories for the entire day. I have 1,000 more calories than Chris Bumstead does when I cut versus when he cuts. To put that in perspective. And when I cut on like 2,600 calories, that to me is like a starvation diet. To eat 16 is redonkulous. I'll tell you what, if I had to eat like this for my prep, I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind. But anyways, that was meal number 3. I will see you guys in the next meal of the day. I'm not excited. I'm not happy. I'm not happy filming this video. See you guys in the next meal. Alrighty, we are here with the next meal, if you want to call it that, of the entire day. We have 200 grams of a white fish, it's tilapia, with some shredded lettuce on top of it. 200 calories for this meal. Total calories for the entire day are 1,213 calories. It's ridiculous. 184 grams of protein, 64 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fiber, 20 grams of fat. You know, it is what it is. This diet is not for the faint of heart. I'm feeling it. I'll be honest with you, I am feeling it. This is something I did not expect to take a toll on me just off of this one day of doing it. I could never sustain this. I just couldn't do it. It's ridiculous. The fact that Chris Bumstead is doing this, you know, day in and day out, with him being so close to the Olympia, my hat goes off to you, sir. This takes some serious dedication. I mean, he is Mr. Olympia, you know, so it makes sense that someone like him can do this. I mean, he has a 1 million, 1 in a billion physique in the world, and there's a reason for it, obviously. On this meal, he does put like coconut aminos on there. I think it's like a soy sauce almost. I don't have any coconut aminos. I'm not gonna go out and get a whole container of coconut aminos that I might never use. So I'm using the old classic yellow mustard. I mean, but this is pretty much like a fish salad, a white fish salad. It's not like it's bad. It's just I wish this was more food. I wish I had more calories. I wish I had some type of, you know, carb with this and more vegetables in here and all that stuff. But, you know, I'll tell you what, I'm so hungry that like it's not bad, you know? Here's the kicker, right? Is that it's 5:57. I gotta head to the gym in a little bit. Treat a client at 6:30. Another one at 7:30. I can just tell you my energy is gonna be in the shitter for sure. I'm kind of curious, how many of you guys actually keep up with bodybuilding and is actually in the, you know, very interested in the sport? And if you are, you know, what are some of your predictions for the Olympia? Do you think Chris Bumstead's going to take it? I personally think so. He looks ridiculous. I think that he will be the Mr. Olympia, classic Mr. Olympia, until he retires, to be honest with you. He's a beast. All right, and last bite, ladies and gentlemen, of this meal right here, the white fish salad. You know, we're at 1,200 calories for the entire day. It's just, that's just ridiculous to me. I think that, like, I think on my prep around this time of the day, I'd be at like 2,000 calories or so. So an extra 800 calories makes a huge difference. It's crazy to see that. I know at the beginning of Chris's prep, he was eating like 3,000 or 3,500 calories in a deficit, you know, dropping weight. It's crazy to see like how low he's had to take his calories down to drop the weight and get as lean as he is. Yeah, I think it's because he has to make his overall weight class, because I mean, if he doesn't make weight, he can't compete, you know. So I mean, you got to do whatever it takes at that level to do what you need to do to compete and perform at your best. But this is a different level right here. This isn't sustainable, you know. You can't do it. I couldn't do it. I know that he can't do it forever. He's doing it for a show, but it's brutal. I'll be honest, it's brutal. I feel ill. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next meal of the day. Alrighty, here we are with the last and final meal of the day. What we have here is 100 grams of ground turkey, 280 grams of egg whites, and then 2 whole eggs in here as well. Nothing special, pretty much a just protein overload, a little bit of fat from the eggs. Overall calories though for the entire day is 1625. 1600 calories. Macros: 250 grams of protein, 64 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fiber, and then 32 grams of fat. Yeah, that is absolutely ridiculous. Go ahead and give this a taste test, shall we? It is what it is. Let me tell you, today's full day of eating has really just, opened my eyes to, the level of like dedication and just pure willpower of, the Mr. Olympias. The fact that Chris Bumstead, a 250-pound male with a shit ton more muscle than I have on my frame, is eating this, it blows my mind. I thought for sure as I went throughout today, because I'm not, show lean or single digit body fat, like I haven't been dieting, for months. I thought I'd be able to get by this day with some level of like energy that I still feel decent on. This is way, way too low of calorie for even me right now to eat and feel like I have energy. It just doesn't happen, this isn't sustainable, I've like pooped today. I don't feel good. I was hungry. By the end of the day, like right now, I have no energy. All I want to do is eat this meal and just go to bed, to be honest with you. And the day this is being uploaded, I'm going to be editing the video today, like the morning before I upload this, because I don't even want to sit down and edit a video right now. Like I'm that tired. I'm not like bleh right now. Like when it comes to this, right? When it comes to eating either too little or eating too much, if I had to do a 10,000 calorie challenge or eat this for a week straight, I think I'd rather choose the 10,000 calorie challenge. At least I'll have like energy to, work out and do all that stuff. This right here is just miserable. That's a good question. Would you rather eat too little or would you rather eat too much? I think I'd rather eat too much than too little, to be honest with you. It's like, would you rather be too cold or too hot? The answer is always I'd rather be too cold, because I can always try and bundle up more. To be too hot, you can only get, so naked, you know what I mean? This, by the way, is his last 2 meals combined into 1 meal. In the video that I watched, spent too much time at the gym, and he ended up having to combine his last 2 meals into one meal because he wanted to go to bed on time and all that stuff. He didn't want to stay up later, eating more meals. So he just, put them together. And I mean, to even divide this meal into 2 is like nothing, Here we are, final bites. Done with that meal right there. Final meal of the day is done. Now, I just want to recap real quickly, okay? We ate 1,600 calories. That is a full day of eating. Like Chris Bumstead, this is his 1.5 week out diet. Again, I'm going to link his video that I reference all this from in the description down below if you want to check it out. I just want to talk about today real quickly, okay? This takes some extreme willpower, okay? If you're hoping to eat and train like Chris Bumstead to aspire to be like that, this is not the way. Chris Bumstead is eating for a specific purpose for one special day, and that is to win, the Mr. Olympia. This is not sustainable by any means necessary, okay? I was telling my client how I was eating today, and she's a female that has been actively losing weight to get to a healthy body fat percentage, and she has. And the whole time she's done it on a 1,500 calorie diet, and right now she's maybe eating around 1,600 calories a day. So I told her I'm eating 1,600 calories a day. She goes, wow, that's as much as I eat. I said, yes. Like 130, 140 pound female. Chris Bumstead's a 250 pound male. It just kind of puts into some perspective how little amounts of food this actually is. Something like this just blows my mind. Like I say, out of all the diets that I've eaten, protein bars for the entire day, 10,000 calorie challenges, this by far was the hardest day of eating. Even being on prep, I have never wanted to cheat on a diet more than today. I'll be honest with you, the whole time I'm thinking about like other foods to eat throughout the entire day, and this was by far a challenge. So Mr. Chris Bumstead, tip my hat off to you for the dedication that you have to eat like this, even for a specific goal of being, Mr. Olympia. But I mean, hey, you were built different, really. Greg Doucette's right. He is not from this earth. He is from Krypton. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed today's video, okay? If you could, leave a like for this because this was not easy. Subscribe if you guys are new. Okay, it's been your boy Joe. Peace.